All right, what is up, everybody? I have a special podcast right now because we just released the Mortgage Coach AI feature. So now the Mortgage Coach Total Cost Analysis has AI in it so that borrowers can interact and they can ask questions with a chatbot. It's in the market. Even if you're an individual loan officer, you have this. This is July 14th, 2025. AI is in the market with Mortgage Coach. So Wally and Brock have had alpha tests now for probably a month, and we're going to find out what they're doing, how they're doing it, and hopefully you get value. So Wally, you're going to do over 100 million this year. So doing lots of volume, 70 million so far year to date. What do you guys think of the new Mortgage Coach with AI?
I don't know if I was more excited back early 2000s when it came out the first time, or I was more excited this time around. But I think what's super cool about it allows, what did Apple teach us? Think different. And what I love about it is, first of all, Mortgage Coach and Total Cost Analysis was like the differentiator in the marketplace. You just absolutely just put it on steroids. And we've had some awesome results the last, 2, 3 weeks or almost 30 days now, which we'll dig in here in a second. But I'm most excited about being that I still run into loan officers sending out fee sheets today in the marketplace. And then now I've got the total cost analysis, but then I can reference that it's AI powered and the intelligence behind it and being able to have it right at click at your fingertips. It's definitely a game changer in the real estate market right now for us.
So you're loving it. And then so Wally leads a team and a company. Brock has been the one that's been using it and even putting some of the videos on it. Brock, tell us, what you think about it and what feedback are you hearing from the market? What results are you getting as a result?
Man, I think it's an absolute game changer because when I'd have people have questions before, get on our review calls and I say, "Hey, I asked ChatGPT this about or about your dashboard that you sent over to me," but now it's all going to be all right there where I can work up my video after I've created my TCA and been able to point them back to the bottom left corner and just say, "Hey, you'll be able to ask all the questions that you would have asked over here, but all staying right in the same platform that we've built out for you." So it's keeping them all in a central location. But at the very beginning, I was just using it as, hey, here's another version of ChatGPT that you can ask a question to. But then we really began to dive into saying, hey, these people that are really turning into contracts right away are the people that are engaging on this platform. So when we'll make a video after we go over our presentation, we'll be able to point them to exactly what they need to prompt, trying to see how we can keep a client asking more and more questions on that page, which kind of seem to draw them in and have them the more committed borrowers, the more that they're engaging with that platform. So it's just deepening the connection that we made after our initial discovery call that we had, and continuing that on with the AI as we go.
So from a borrower experience, it's positive feedback. From a work experience as a loan officer, you feel like it's valuable. And then Wally, as the business owner and the executive, what does this mean to you from a call it production and profits perspective?
A slice of heaven. Let's look at some math together. 30 days results. He's got 6 new contracts. All 6 of his contracts generated north of $40,000 in commissions. So he's totally excited, tickled pink. But here's as an owner, as a president of a mortgage company, zero pricing concessions, zero concessions whatsoever. Because it's so much easier to convert using Total Mortgage Coach, but then using the AI bot for the sake of pricing questions and gearing that up. As an owner or president of a company, it's been super cool to see. I'm excited to be able that get released today, and that we can release this out to all the loan officers now at Aspire.
Yeah, well, it'll be fun to see the before and after. Like we've been getting more case studies than ever that like if a loan officer doesn't use Mortgage Coach, and this is pre-AI, their conversion rates, credit report to funding was the low 20s. And we're finding that the loan officers that are using Mortgage Coach, they're 27 and even 31%. I have a new case study coming out from PRMG that their mortgage coaches are closer to, in the 30% range. So we're talking about a massive improvement in conversion already. it's going to be fun to see that. And so you say out of the 6 loans where the consumer interacted it, all 6 had 0 price concessions. How does that vary as a whole? Like what percentage of your loans usually have a concession right now in this market?
Yeah, so anybody that's using Mortgage Coach within the company, it's significantly lower for concessions. You probably have the percentage on that, but I would say 25% of me personally, my deals were having pricing concessions, and then to have 100% just the first month rolling out of this without having a single concession has been like just a very, very clear indicator that something's happening.
Yeah. Also, think about that. Anyone listening to this, that's like one less concession for every 5 or 6 loans. What would that be worth? Like that's we're talking real money here. So, and
Well, and
that's
also, I
on
mean,
top of already something that's improving concessions and conversion.
well, if you're a loan officer that works at a branch and you get paid X basis points, but you've got to take concessions, and you can provide proof to your manager for next 90 days or next 6 months or whatever, you don't take those concessions. Can you go back to your manager and say, "Hey, I'm more profitable. How do I earn a higher basis point split?" It puts the power back to the loan officer that they're utilizing Mortgage Coach AI to become more profitable, to be able to add more value back to the company, which allows them to get paid more for their loans.
So let's do this now. Wally is going to put together for lack of a better word, we're going to call it a masterclass next week, literally next Monday at 2 o'clock. We're going to jump on Zoom again. So be following us on the Mortgage Coach Facebook group. We'll stream that live. We'll also have that in the Mortgage Coach YouTube. Give a vision, just kind of describe what we're going to teach next Monday at 2 o'clock Pacific.
Yeah, I'd say if you know me well enough, there is usually like a system behind how I frame things and what Brock and I were working on. So we're going to put together the top 10 questions that we've seen work really well with prompting Mortgage Coach AI. So you're going to have an itemized breakdown of what to ask it and how to frame it to the client from there. Number one. Number two, what are the 3 value adds that you can frame it to your referral partners, specifically realtors, be able to have it where it could differentiate you in the marketplace and sell you to get more referrals instead of a current lenders. So top 3 strategies for pitching you to your realtor using Mortgage Coach AI, and the top 10 strategies of what prompts to be able to ask it for the sake of a higher conversion rate with your borrowers.
Yeah, and would you mind also, let's talk about how we want to make edits to our realtors. So like, because now that you've got a consumer experience, a pre-approval experience that is AI enabled for the borrower,
Okay.
um, there may be just some language that like we're, hey, realtors, just want you to know the best pre-approval in town where we're getting people super excited about buying a house right now in this market and we're overcoming challenges. It's now AI enabled. Let's talk. So think about how do we bring this to partners? And then for anybody watching this right now, I'm gonna play a best practice 1 minute clip. I recently interviewed Jeremy Forcier, so I want to play that right now so you can hear what's it sound like? Like how should you position the Mortgage Coach total cost analysis? Let's check it out.
So, Dave, it was awesome meeting with you. Here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together a total cost analysis, which is going to be a video presentation of some of the things that we talked about in strategies, et cetera. There's going to be a video of me in the corner walking you through it, and you might have questions when you're watching it. Here's what's great is that you can interact with it and you can ask questions in a chat screen within it, and it will answer your questions. So you can ask things like, hey, what's the best program on here for me if I'm going to live in the house for 10 years? You could ask it like, what's the lowest cost option? You could ask it, if I'm going to refinance in 12 months, like which option would be most cost effective to me? So you can ask it any of these questions that you want and get answers. And then I would love to go over and review that with you and make sure it's in alignment with what your long-term strategy is. So if you have any questions, type them in the chat. Feel free to forward it to me, of course, as well, but use it when things pop in your head to see what it says. And then that way you can ask me better questions to create the best clarity for yourself. That's how I would structure it.
Okay, guys, you just saw Jeremy Forcier, another $100 million producer, give you a script of like how to show Mortgage Coach. Now, I'm going to do a little 1 minute demo where I actually demo Mortgage Coach AI, and then we'll close this out. Now this is the loan officer experience. So the loan officer can interact with AI and ask questions in AI. I'm going to go over to the customer experience. So remember, work experience, faster, easier, using an integration, gives a loan officer experience. So the loan officer can interact with AI. And now you give this to the consumer. And the consumer can not only, voice text, what if I'm thinking about refinancing in 2 years? What's the best option? Boom. AI is answering the questions. What's the lowest cash to close option? I could type that, put it in. Guys, speed of thought. Like families, borrowers get what they want. We've heard for years, oh, the Mortgage Coach total cost analysis, it's too much information. Well, now it's exactly what the consumer wants. And the loan officer, you're getting a transcript of this. So like if they ask questions like, are these interest rates competitive in the market? You know that. Whatever question they're asking, the loan officer knows. So faster, easier than ever for consumers to get exactly what they want. And then faster than ever to create a total cost analysis. All right, guys, you heard from Wally, you heard from Brock. You just saw me show this new AI feature. Guys, next Tuesday, 2 o'clock Pacific, we're going to keep this conversation going. If you are using Mortgage Coach AI, put your comments down below. Like this on social media. For all you loan officers, share this with your managers. If you do not have Mortgage Coach, guys, go to trustengine.com, get signed up today. Wally, Brock, any closing thoughts, man?
Brock, go for it, then I'll finish this off.
And this is gonna be a huge game changer for everyone's, not only their conversion, but the profitability. And it just goes directly into my value pitch every single time, whether that we be with my client to tie them to me or my realtor partner, just think I'm always innovating, providing more value.
I'm most excited to take this to the 6-lane highway. And the 6-lane highway, if most of you know about 24/7 mindset, it's going to be that your database, your realtors, your CPAs, your financial advisors, your family will attorneys, and your insurance agents from the book 24/7 mindset. With that being said, what's cool about this one with Dave is we're going to do for the realtors. And if you'll have me back, I'll also do Mortgage Coach AI for financial advisors, Mortgage Coach AI for CPAs, and continue down the wealth partner journey. Then also, for the sake of the mortgage efficiency checkup call post closing, that'll be another segment that we'll roll out.
Ooh, yes. You have that book on hand really quick. You could show it. So guys, if you have not already got your hands on Wally's book, The 24/7 Mindset, get it today. Wally, dude, you're such a gift. Thank you, Brock, for being an alpha user. Guys, Mortgage Coach next generation is just getting better and faster. We're going to be coming out with a new web interface, so that mobile interface. So we actually showed a little sneak peek of that on a webinar recently. And I've got a video in our YouTube channel that you can check out. For any mortgage executives that's watching this, we're literally seeing the adoption of Mortgage Coach explode. And so anyways, this is super fun. Thanks, everybody. Hope you got value. Subscribe to our channel if you have not already. Give this a like. Share this with your mortgage friends. This is a wrap.